Welcome back to the Crypto Picture channel, where I help you see crypto through a clear lens. Today we're going to follow up on the symmetrical triangle that we charted yesterday. Take a look at Bitcoin dominance, look at a few of the altcoins which we got some positions in, and then we'll take a look at the S&P 500 and the Dixie. I know they're not open, but it may be relevant to how Bitcoin opens up on Monday. Well, trades on Monday. Bitcoin's always open, but the traditional markets for Bitcoin will open up on Monday. So we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, Bitcoin looking like it's respecting the symmetrical triangle so far. I am playing this with a bullish bias. Obviously, we are in a bull market. We are in a micro bull trend. And I do still believe that we are going to get that macro blow off top. I could be wrong. I mean, based on the history of Bitcoin, we've always gotten a blow off top. But, you know, we're in different world dynamics right now. I mean, you know, we've never been through like a pandemic or anything in Bitcoin's history. Bitcoin really hasn't even been through a recession yet. I mean, it was born out of a recession, so we'll really have to monitor it and see how we pan out here. There is a reason that I took my initial investment here off of the table. Obviously, yes, I was in a lot of profit, and also I want to be able to hold this or my positions with a lot more confidence, and we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, one thing I don't like is even with the price action kind of, you know, in a bullish consolidation, we are seeing the money flow decrease. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that we can't go up. I mean, here, the volume decreasing and turning to red marked the bottom. But whenever we see Bitcoin going up, it's always nice to see the money flow also increasing as well with the price. So Bitcoin, yeah, still going to be monitoring this symmetrical triangle. I've kept everybody in the Discord up to date with this. If you want to join the Discord, the link is down below. Please go ahead and join that. We have a lot of resources available in there, a lot of great people that are always available to answer questions. I'm trying to make myself as reachable as possible. If there's any questions that are particular for me, please just @ me on my username, and I'll get to them when I can. Moving on to the Bitcoin dominance here. Still nothing much really to say. Still in the sideways range. I think, as I said, I think it was a little bit confusing how I explained it yesterday. If we get a weekly close in Bitcoin dominance, I believe I said Bitcoin yesterday, this is Bitcoin dominance, so this is how dominant Bitcoin is in the market from a percentage perspective. So for example, if we were a $1 trillion market cap, and I'm just doing this for simplicity, Bitcoin would have 610 billion of that total $1 trillion market cap in Bitcoin's market cap. Okay. So if Bitcoin dominance, so it's basically like an indicator or an oscillator for when is the best time to be in or out of altcoins. Right now, as this has been trending sideways and prices did increase from about 42 since this has been going sideways, you know, that just means that Bitcoin and altcoins have been gaining in value relatively in the same fashion. But if we get a weekly close below this red line here, I'm very confident that we will see altcoins start to take off. The RSI did get rejected from here. It's still angled to the downside, so hopefully, and that's a 12-hour. On the daily, we're still kind of just trending sideways here on the RSI. So I'm really curious to see as to what's going to happen. Last time we were trending sideways here after a consolidation. We did start heading down in a very drastic fashion. Yeah, so we'll have to see. We'll have to monitor it. We'll have to keep a close eye on it. But essentially what you need to know, if we get a weekly close above this trend line here, this descending trend line, it's probably better to be in Bitcoin or possibly even cash because we might be at a market top. If we get a weekly close below this level, it's a little bit safer to be in your altcoin positions, or it's good to start looking at some altcoin possibilities or potential entries. It's not financial advice, it's just for educational purposes. You do what you want to do with that information, but based on history, anytime Bitcoin dominance has been heading down, you want to be in altcoins. Anytime it's been heading up, you want to be in Bitcoin. Ethereum, a little bit of indecision here with these daily candles. We did get 1-2 bullish daily candles. Then we got, this is like a tug of war. This is very 50-50, right? We have just as many sellers as buyers here, in my opinion. We'll have to see how it goes. Did we get... yeah, we got a buy signal here on the 4-hour, but again, I think people are really just waiting to see what Bitcoin will do, because with Bitcoin, it's been a really long time. Like we haven't made a brand new high and come back down below the previous high this entire bull market. So I think some people are worried, scared to take on a little bit more risk, via the altcoin market. I think they're just waiting for a little bit of confirmation here of a break of a high or something along those lines. We'll have to see how it plays out. Rose came down perfectly to this support zone and has had a really solid bounce over that zone now. It's up about 12.54% versus Bitcoin, so it's doing really well in dollar terms since Bitcoin is up today. It's at break even Bitcoin. So so it's up like 12% versus USD, so that's been doing well. EGLD really in the same scenario as Bitcoin and Ethereum, just waiting for something to happen. Since we are in a bull market, I am playing it with a bullish bias until proven otherwise. I will be exiting a lot of these positions if I feel that the macro trend is shifting, right? But I'm not making any drastic moves because this is, you're going to end up losing a lot of money by being scared to trade this market. And, there's a lot of uncertain times, like this entire bull market. There's been many times that are very uncertain when you get these 30-40% dips, and you just have to stick with the macro trend, and that's what I'm going to do here. Acro finding support on the zone it just broke out of in USDT terms or USD terms. Acro versus BTC continues to create lower or higher lows. We'll have to see how this goes, but it does look like we're forming a handle to an overall giant cup. So we'll have to see what happens with Acro over the coming days and week. Zilliqa has broken below this support line, but I mean, as I said in previous video, I use zones, not lines, and if we were to make a zone, I mean, you could theoretically make that zone down here as well, right? Touching all of these, this consolidation zone here, these previous candles here. So technically, we are still in the zone of support. I'm not too concerned as of yet, but we'll have to monitor it to see how it goes. Then AVAX BTC had a nice run here versus Bitcoin. If it can set a higher low, that would be great, and get a little bit of a turnaround here, that would be fantastic. That's what I'm looking for. Band also broke out of this support zone, and we might see a few days or 6 hours, 12 hours a day consolidation in here, and then hopefully going to continue to create higher lows versus Bitcoin. That would be fantastic. RLC just printed a 4-hour go long signal. We'll see how that goes, but again, all of these coins are in a higher low fashion versus Bitcoin, so we'll have to see how it goes. If it breaks one of the higher lows, then I'll reconsider my position, possibly even just transition to cash or Bitcoin. VeChain, and this is kind of what I'm looking for with the other altcoins. So VeChain is a little bit ahead now. It's 50% of the way almost to our projected move, and we are getting a break out of that resistance zone, so we'll have to see if the other coins start doing that as well. S&P 500, well, I'm really curious to see how this one will be opening on Monday. We did get a little bit of a sell signal here on the 4-hour on market cipher, as well as the 6-hour. One thing of concern, if this is a local top here, meaning that if we don't turn around here and open strong, I would start to consider this a local top. If we had maybe 2 more days of downside, I would consider this a local top. But if we do something like we did here, where we just have 2 red candles and then continuation up, I would say that this is not a local top. And the reason that I do not want this to be a local top is because we would have bearish divergence. And bearish divergence on a daily would be a pretty significant, I'm not saying that we're, going to break down, but it is significant enough that we would have probably at least come back and revisit these lows at the 3,700 area. And I mean, based on what we've seen with Bitcoin and the S&P 500, it does look like they are correlated to the same direction. So it would be really nice to honestly keep seeing a bull market in the S&P 500, but everything is subject to change, so we'll have to monitor it and see how it goes. Dixie, one thing that I am a little bit concerned about, we're getting up to this red zone here. We just got another buy signal. Money flow is turning green. RSI is headed up. So do we break this level? That is the big question. And how is that going to impact the price of Bitcoin? And that is yet to be seen, and we'll have to monitor it to see how it goes. There is a potential that it may not negatively impact the price of Bitcoin until we break out of this level and confirm it as support. Then it may have negative effects on the broader market, not just Bitcoin. Maybe that means we're going into a period of sell-off in stocks and crypto, but again, I'll keep you guys up to date with that. I do have the Patreon here. It's $10 a month. It gives you access to my premium channel in Discord. It's less than a cup of coffee a week on a monthly basis. It's very cheap. I'm going to keep it like this for 500 people. It may take a while based on my viewership right now, but I feel comfortable giving 500 people $10 a month. I think that's really fair. I am a profitable trader and investor, so I'm not in here to take as much money as possible from people. I want to make it fair and just monetize the amount of effort that I put into supporting and answering questions on the Discord. And obviously, as the numbers grow, it will likely require a little bit more management from my end. Also, possibly hiring some more people to help moderate or edit my videos, because I haven't even really started doing that yet. So I am just doing raw footage. Don't have enough time in the day to do all of the different things. Plus, I have a little one, so yeah, I'm pretty busy guy. And so if you want to check that out, if you want to support the channel, I have a Patreon link down below. Be very appreciated, and we'd like to have you in the group. So with that being said, thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one.